Hey English learners, welcome back to Softly Spoken English. If this is your first time here, I'm Sophia, and it's lovely to have you with us. Do you always say I'm tired, even when you're completely exhausted? Tired is correct, but it doesn't always express exactly how you feel. So today you'll learn several natural ways to describe different levels of tiredness, from needing a little rest to having absolutely no energy left. Because here's the truth, tired covers everything from a slightly sleepy afternoon to complete, total exhaustion, and English has much more precise words for each level, if you know where to look. By the end of today, you'll have a whole scale to choose from, not just one flat word. Let's start with the mild end of things. I'm a bit sleepy, or I'm feeling a little drowsy. Both work well for that soft, early afternoon kind of tired, not urgent, not dramatic, just a gentle pull toward a nap. I'm feeling a bit drowsy after lunch. I think I need some coffee. There's a slightly stronger version of this too. I'm feeling a bit low on energy. It's still fairly mild, but suggests the tiredness is affecting how motivated you feel, not just how sleepy you are. I'm a bit low on energy today. I think I'll take it easy this evening. Here's another gentle one. I need a nap. It's practically its own little category, admitting tiredness while also offering the solution in the same breath. Honestly, I need a nap. I can barely keep my eyes open. Notice it's almost cheerful, not a complaint, just a fact. This one works particularly well in casual settings, though probably not something you'd announce in a formal meeting. Imagine sitting through a long, slow presentation, barely holding your eyes open. Afterward, telling a colleague, I could have used a nap halfway through that, lands as relatable, even a little funny. One level up from that, I'm worn out. This suggests you've been through something, a long day, a busy week, physical effort of some kind. I'm completely worn out after moving all that furniture today. Notice, there's a small story behind this one, a cause, not just a feeling. Let's practice this. Think of something ordinary that left you a little worn out recently, nothing dramatic. Try a sentence with worn out. A model answer, I'm honestly a bit worn out after cleaning the whole apartment this morning. Now let's move higher on the scale. I'm exhausted. This one carries real weight, physically or mentally depleted, properly needing rest, not just a coffee. I'm exhausted. I barely slept last night. Notice, this phrase doesn't just describe tiredness. It almost apologizes for how little energy is left. Here's a similar one, slightly more casual. I'm drained. It works beautifully for mental exhaustion, especially after a stressful meeting, a difficult conversation, or simply too many decisions in one day. Honestly, I'm completely drained after today's meetings. Let's practice this pair. Think of something that left you genuinely exhausted recently, and something else that left you mentally drained instead. Maybe a physically tough day versus a mentally demanding one. A model answer. I was exhausted after the gym, but honestly, I'm drained just from answering emails all afternoon. Here's a short scene between two coworkers at the end of the day. Colleague 1, how are you holding up? Colleague 2, honestly, I'm drained. That meeting went on forever, and I still have emails to answer. Colleague 1, same here. I'm exhausted just thinking about tomorrow. I quite like that exchange. It's such a normal end-of-day moment. And neither person once says the plain word, tired, yet the feeling comes through completely clearly. Now, here's a phrase that captures something specific. Running low on reserves, almost literally. I'm running on empty. It paints a picture, like a car with almost no fuel left, still moving, but only just. By Friday, I'm honestly running on empty every single week. Here's a short scene at the office, late in the week. Colleague 1. You okay? You seem quiet today. Colleague 2. Yeah, just running on empty to be honest. This week's been relentless. Colleague 1. I hear you. The weekend can't come soon enough. Let's talk about some wonderfully casual idiomatic options now, the kind you'll hear constantly among friends. I'm beat. Short, simple, very common. I'm beat. I think I'm heading to bed early tonight. It sounds relaxed, almost cheerful about admitting defeat for the day. It works well as a quick answer, too. Someone asks, "How was your day?" And you just say, honestly, beat. Long one. Notice, you don't even need the full sentence. Just the word itself carries the whole feeling. Here's another one. I'm wiped out. Very similar in feeling to beat, often used after something specifically demanding. A workout, a long trip, a busy shift. I'm completely wiped out after that flight. I just want to lie down. Let's practice this range. Think of something that genuinely wiped you out recently. Exercise, travel, a long shift, anything physical. Try it with wiped out. A model answer, I'm honestly wiped out after that hike yesterday. My legs still feel it. Now here's an extremely vivid one. I could sleep for a week. Nobody means this literally, of course. It's pure exaggeration, but it communicates something tired simply can't. Sheer desperation for rest. Honestly, after this week, I could sleep for an entire week. Here's one more vivid phrase. I'm dead on my feet. It suggests you're still upright, still functioning, but only just, running purely on stubbornness at this point. By the end of the shift, I was completely dead on my feet. It's dramatic, but honestly, that's exactly the point. Let's add a few body-specific phrases too, because tiredness often shows up in one particular place. My legs are killing me after a long walk or run. My eyes are burning after too many hours staring at a screen. My whole body is aching, a more general, all-over kind of exhaustion. These aren't really about sleep at all. They're about physical strain catching up with you. Here's a short scene using one of these. Colleague 1. How was the move? Colleague 2. Exhausting? Honestly, my legs are killing me from all the stairs. Colleague 1. I don't envy you. Hope you get some rest tonight. Here's a short scene using that exact phrase. Friend 1. How was the trip? Friend 2. Amazing, but exhausting. Honestly, I could sleep for a week straight. Friend 1. I believe you. You look like you need it. Here's one more small scene. A couple after a long weekend of house projects. Partner 1. Are you as tired as I am? Partner 2. Honestly, I could sleep for a week. My whole body aches. Partner 1. Same. I don't think I've ever wanted a nap this badly in my life. Now, something important to distinguish clearly, exhausted versus burnt out. These aren't the same thing at all, even though learners often use them interchangeably. Exhausted describes temporary tiredness, usually fixable with proper rest. Burnt out describes something deeper, ongoing, emotional and physical depletion, often connected to work or stress over a long period. I'm exhausted might mean I need a good night's sleep. I'm burnt out often means I need weeks off, or something in my life needs to genuinely change. Notice, one is a Tuesday problem, the other is a much bigger one. This distinction matters especially at work. Telling a manager, I'm a bit tired and I think I might be burning out, send completely different signals. One asks for patience, the other asks for real change. Choosing the right word here isn't just about grammar. It genuinely affects how seriously people take what you're saying. Let's talk about sleep specifically now, because English has some vivid phrases just for that. I didn't sleep a wink, meaning you got no sleep at all, not even a little. I didn't sleep a wink last night. My neighbors had a party until 4. I pulled an all-nighter, meaning you stayed up the entire night, usually for work, studying, or travel. Here's a short scene using both. Friend 1, you look rough today. Friend 2, yeah, I pulled an all-nighter finishing that report. Didn't sleep a wink, honestly. Friend 1, I don't know how you're even standing right now. Let's practice this. Think of a time you genuinely didn't sleep well, or stayed up far too late for a good reason. Try a sentence with didn't sleep a wink, or pulled an all-nighter. A model answer, I pulled an all-nighter once for a flight, and I didn't sleep a wink the whole way there either. Here's a short, honest scene showing that difference. Friend 1, you seem exhausted lately. Friend 2, honestly, I think it's more than that. I think I'm actually burnt out. It's been building for months, not just this week. Friend 1, that sounds really heavy. Have you thought about talking to someone at work about it? That's genuinely such an important distinction to have vocabulary for, because I'm just tired can accidentally hide something that actually needs real attention. Let's try a quick round, choosing the right level. I'll describe a situation, and you pick the word that fits best. Situation 1. You stayed up a little late watching something, nothing serious. That's probably a bit drowsy or a bit sleepy, nothing dramatic. Situation 2. You've been working long hours for months and even weekends don't feel restful anymore. That's burnt out, not just exhausted. This one's been building for a while. Situation 3. You just finished a hard workout and your whole body feels heavy. That's wiped out or worn out, physical and immediate. Let's try 2 more. Situation 4. It's late. You've had a long, ordinary day, nothing extreme, just ready for bed earlier than usual. That's beat, casual and simple. Situation 5. You've genuinely pushed through exams, work, and family commitments all at once, and you feel like you could collapse. That's dead on my feet, or I could sleep for a week, the most dramatic end of the scale. Let's move to 2 wonderfully colorful British expressions now, because you'll hear these constantly if you spend time around British English speakers. I'm knackered and I'm shattered. Both mean extremely tired, almost interchangeable with exhausted, but with a distinctly British casual flavor. I'm absolutely knackered after that shift. I'm shattered, I need to just sit down for a minute. Neither of these is formal. They belong firmly in casual, everyday conversation, among friends, family, or relaxed colleagues. Here's a short British scene to show the flavor. Friend 1, you all right? You look shattered. Friend 2, yeah, absolutely knackered. We walked about 15 miles today. Friend 1. 15 miles. No wonder. Sit down. I'll make tea. Australian English has its own version too. I'm buggered. Very similar meaning to knackered, casual, common, and definitely not something you'd say in a formal setting. I'm absolutely buggered after that hike. My legs are done. Notice how each variety of English seems to have invented its own colorful way to say the exact same thing. Let's try a spot the mistake round now. Ready? I am very tired. I need sleep for a week. That one's not exactly wrong, but it mixes tone oddly, plain, everyday, very tired, right next to a wildly dramatic idiom. It would sound more natural as, I'm exhausted, I could sleep for a week. Here's another one. I'm burnt out from this project. That's missing the ed. It should be, I'm burnt out from this project, since burnt out functions as an adjective here, describing your state, not the action itself. One more. She's very knackered after the marathon. Knackered already carries maximum intensity built in, so adding very in front of it sounds a little unnatural, almost redundant. Native speakers usually just say, she's absolutely knackered, using absolutely instead for emphasis. Let's try one final one. I feel drained after that call. That mixes two correct structures together. I'm feeling drained, and I feel drained, into one incorrect sentence. It should be one or the other, not both stuck together. Let's put a few of today's phrases together now, the way you might actually use them in one real week. Monday, I was just a bit drowsy. By Wednesday, I was properly worn out. And by Friday, honestly, I was running on empty, completely wiped out, ready to sleep for a week. Notice how naturally that little story moves through the whole scale, mild to severe, without repeating tired even once. That's really the entire point of today, giving your listener an accurate picture, not just a flat, overused word. Here's something worth noticing too. Tone matters just as much as word choice here. I'm beat, said with a small laugh, sounds light, almost proud of a productive day. The same phrase said flatly, staring at the floor, suggests something closer to real exhaustion. The word stays the same, your voice fills in the rest of the story. Here's one more everyday scene, a parent picking up their child from school. Parent. Long day? Child. So tired, we had a test and then sports straight after. Parent. I bet you're wiped out. Let's get you home and fed. Here's one more scene. This time, a text conversation between friends late at night. Friend 1. You still up? Friend 2. Barely. I'm running on empty, but I couldn't sleep either. Friend 1. Same honestly. This week has wiped us both out completely. Person 1. Hey, how's it going? Person 2. Honestly, a bit drained, long week. You? Person 1. Same here, running on empty myself. Coffee? Person 2. Always. Notice how naturally that whole exchange flows. Two people quietly comparing notes on exhaustion in about 4 short lines. No drama, just honesty. That kind of small truthfulness is exactly what makes these phrases feel so much more alive than the plain word tired ever could. Let's do a short recap. Drowsy and low on energy for mild tiredness, nothing urgent. Worn out for something a little stronger, usually with a clear cause behind it. Exhausted and drained for real depletion, physical or mental. Beat, wiped out, and running on empty for casual, relatable exhaustion. Knackered and shattered for the British flavor of the same feeling. and burnt out for something deeper, ongoing, not fixed by one good night's sleep. Here's your challenge for this week. Next time you genuinely feel tired, pause for just a second and pick the word that actually matches how tired you really are, instead of automatically reaching for tired itself. You might notice you actually feel several different kinds of tired throughout just one single day. One last thing worth mentioning, these phrases work beautifully as quick answers too, not just full sentences. It doesn't turn into a whole conversation about your tiredness necessarily. It just adds a touch of truth to a phrase that's often said without thinking at all. Speaking of next time, our next episode takes on 3 tiny words that quietly cause enormous confusion: in, on, and at. They look harmless, but they trip up even fairly advanced learners constantly. And honestly, the rules are stranger than you'd expect. Some of them don't follow logic at all. See you in the next episode.